the growth of your favorite digital show with just a text. Support Larry Reid Live by texting GIVE to 404-800-4530. Text GIVE to 404-800-4530 today.
And you are locked into Larry Reid Live. This is what I need for each and every one of you to do. I need for you right now to click that share button. Don't y'all watch me and don't share with nobody. Y'all can't be shamed. What was that Jesus said? Jesus said, if you be ashamed of me before men, I'll be ashamed of you before my Father. You know, I ain't Jesus, and I don't even know if that's how his voice sounds. I just made that up right here on the spot. But this is what I need for you to do. I need for you to let everybody know that you are watching Larry Live. How can you do that? The way that you can do that, you can hit the share button. If you're over there on Periscopes and you watching me right now, that thing is right there in the corner. On Facebook, that means I'm alive right during now. So when the call-in number come up there, that means you can call and talk to me right now. But if you watching me on the YouTuberations, I'm not live right here. This has already happened. And I'm actually live with you in the darn chat. So I see every cash app, every donation, every text to give, all that stuff, the super chat. And I thank you guys for that. And I also want to take a moment, being that today is February 12th, 2019. I want to take a moment to say to all of you guys that have been helping celebrate my birthday that is on tomorrow, thank you so much for all of your gifts. I love each and every one of you guys. Oh, Lord have mercy. What are you doing? Stop the clicking. I can't do the clicking stuff. Okay. I want to talk to y'all about something. The church is fighting back. Can y'all put that in the thing? If you're in the super chat over there on YouTube right now, and I'm in there with you, type that the church is fighting back. If you're watching me on Periscope or on the Facebook orations, I want you to type the church is fighting back. And I'm going to explain to you. I'm only going to talk about 2 topics tonight and open up the lines. I may have to come live. I hope, it seemed like last year I ended up going live on my darn birthday. I did. Remember when I went live? It was my birthday. That's when that stuff happened with T.S. Madison and I call Kaya. And remember, this was the day last year when Kaya went live talking about, what's the day, Tuesday? No, today is the day that she went live talking about what happened that Monday when Monique was, all of that stuff happened, and tried to blame it on me. And my assistant was like, my family member tried to blame us when we were trying to help. Ooh. What is it? Why you bring that over here?
I was switching something.
Because you all time doing something. Nancy.
I'm setting up.
But you don't need to bring that over here like that. Quit. I ain't even talking about them.
I know you ain't talking about them yet, but
Okay, but I'm going to get to that. Okay, hold on. And you clicking again? What you doing? You doing too much clicking. If I'm sitting here talking, just...
I'm setting up for the next shot, Mr. Paranoid. Just keep talking and let me set up.
Did y'all hear this nigga hollering at me and I write the check? All right, Nancy, okay. I'm going to let you have that. But please quit the clickings. I want you to do the clickings no more. You stay go with the clickings again. I need for you... They ain't but 2 topics.
But I have to set it up to make it look nice.
I don't forgot what I said, but we know when that happened, and then I got on the live and just read up, you know. But I was not proud of that, so I took that down, although there was 62,000 views within 24 hours. But I was not proud of that and how we handled that. It was not a good representation of my brand, but I still had a lot of clapback in me. Did y'all see a little bit of that clapback rose up last night with somebody in the comments? I went back and looked at that. I said, now, Reid, you don't be clapping back in the comments like that. I had a little moment. Just had a little moment where I had to say something to in the comments because I had a little piece of a moment. But I'm in a good space today. I had a nice meeting with who I told y'all yesterday I was having a meeting with, but I ain't gonna mention their name. So if you ain't see yesterday's show, I had that meeting. That went pretty good. All is well. Handshakes and things of the nature. Find out, what I found out. Then came back home, found out one of my artists have been asked. When I say my artist, my LDR Enterprises was asked to perform at the Stellar Awards pre-show. It was hard work over the last 7-8 months getting them to the top of the chart on Billboard sales, Billboard radio, and now got them performing at the pre-show. So I'm excited and I'm in a good place. I also made quite a bit of money on the day, through my Life Guys and through what else I did? Oh yeah, I had some money in TuneCore I didn't even know was over there, because y'all be streaming my music and downloading, and I'm thankful for that, because that gospel music and some of the 3 pop songs, it's up on the LarryReid and Reid. I don't take it for granted somebody take time to stream my stuff, and I happen to own all of my stuff, and I wrote all of my stuff, so I get paid 12 checks a year. Thank you, Jesus. Either my label gets paid 12 checks a year, and that's because you guys you consume the music. So thank you so much, and the books and stuff, So thank you guys for every stream and every download and everything you do. For those of you that know, my LDR Enterprise, we actually have been pushing. Is a production company. Yeah, we got that team together to start their own label, and their artist is Keon D. Henderson. So, and you need to go listen to a song. You are holy, 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 holy. I'm high on loving you. High. It's a very nice song. The man can sing. It's Bishop T.D. Jakes' spiritual son, the tall, light-skinned one that's bald head. Him, out of Houston, Texas. Go and stream his thing. And then you go in there and click LarryReid or either Reid and stream my 3 pop songs and all my gospel CDs. And be a little merciful, because I ain't had them budgets like them labels, so sometimes my production was, but it still worked and got the job done and was top of the charts. But anyway, so I'm only going to be talking about 2 things on tonight. But y'all, the church, did y'all type that in there? Let's do it one more time. The church is fighting back. And when I say the church, some of you, when you hear that, you're going to think, oh, glory to God. We show the devil is alive. You might not even be the church, although you sound like and act like got all the antics of church folk. You might have the church culture, but you ain't got the Christ consciousness or the Christ culture, because you don't act like Christ. You don't love folk, and you're fucking round. You're fornicating. And you treat folk wrong, manipulate. And all that kind of going on. You mean as a rattlesnake. You don't act like Jesus. I ain't talking about you. And you unconscious. You ain't never had a glory experience. First time they had a glory experience. And when you break down the word glory, one of the words for glory means awareness, consciousness, light. How many folk you know to go to church all the darn time ain't bit more aware of their core self, ain't bit more aware of their attitude, their behavior, and their thinking? How in the world you talking about, oh, the glory fell? Glory has not fell at your church because you are not aware. You's a lie. I don't know what that was. The church goes, but it won't the Holy Ghost of God. Jesus name. No, it won't. It might have been that other Jesus and God y'all be talking about. Some of y'all in the church that y'all got. It ain't the Holy Ghost, it's Casper. That's Casper. And some of you ain't in Casper because Casper was a friendly ghost. And you ain't friendly. I don't know what you got. Anyway, how did I get off the topic? We talking about the white folk tonight. We talking about the black folk and end the show, because I got to tell y'all about the victor. His church is fighting back. Stick around. I got to tell you what his church is doing. It's not even going to be really public until tomorrow or the next day. But y'all know I got eyes everywhere. In the meeting today, they said, I don't know how you be knowing what you know. It's like people come directly to you and talk. You're not supposed to know this. I was sitting there like, okay. I'm going to tell you something. If somebody don't tell me, God is going to tell me. Ha! Whew. I felt so. That's a little bit of the Dante. I'm trying to tell you. You know what my ex-wife just tell me? And this is the truth. This is the truth about her. Because she was about, you have a dream, you have vision, however. She said, but the way God do me, God just let the information fall in my lap. God knows it's the truth. I mean, you can't cheat on that girl. I'm like, how in the world she been fighting? I said, this girl will figure out, I remember, she will figure out my passcodes to my email. And I ain't have enough sense to even know that somebody was going to my mess. And she could barely go in it. Well, who is that? I'm saying, who you talking about? I don't know what it is. You know who it is. At least I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I seen the email. At least I don't know who that is you got this number. I don't know. Well, I thought you knew because they've been emailing back and forth. At least this is, inspect the gadget. But anyway, we're going to do a video about that. Have y'all seen my video about this time of the year last year, 2017, when I was trying to talk about my divorce and walking away from pastor and all that kind of stuff, and I busted out crying? But no, it wasn't really like a busted out crying because I ran away from the camera. It was a bad day. It was a bad day. In fact, don't research it. I think you can research, I don't care. The title of it is, Now That the Church is Over, I Can Tell Y'all This, or something like that. But it's on my other YouTube channel that's got Reid on it. Oh, Lord, I got some news to tell y'all. But I'm going to tell y'all that on my page with the blue check. I'm going to go live either maybe tonight late on after the show, which I may do that while I'm eating a popsicle or some pickles, if you can stand to hear me smack. Or I'll do it on tomorrow, my birthday, because God done gave me a present. I don't know if it's because I was talking to Denise of the Clark sisters. You know this song, I'm looking for a miracle. When I was on the interview and I asked the phone and I said I got to go, or is my child, I thought it was bad. And it was a little bad, but ultimately it was a good thing. And I'm going to tell you about what that was. It was a miracle I got while I was talking to the folk that saying looking for a miracle. Okay, let's get to this. I ain't got but 2 topics, so that rambling was okay. Say something. Say something. Say something. I'm going to log off because you don't need to be supporting no darn way. You don't even share. You'll sit here, use me, and don't even send me no money to help me get a better camera than this. I need a better camera. This camera was $2. $2.59. It won't. But there's a store that is here in Lenox called Broadcasting. Everything in there. In fact, you're a YouTuber. Unwind with Tasha, y'all tag her because she here in Atlanta. Layla Lynn. No, she in Virginia. Who else? The whole lot, most of all the Armand, all of y'all, everybody's in Zoe, the one that said, I know you lying. Who else is all of them YouTube? It's like everybody's in Atlanta just about. Pat Lucky, Lundy, is it Lucky, Lundy, D Lucky, and what's the boy that wear the green braids? But he done moved to LA. Quay, all of them here. The country. Anyway. There's a store there for broadcasting, for production. It's in Lenox Mall upstairs. As soon as you come up the escalator, you walk down a little piece, and it's right there to the left. I think it's right across from the Apple store on the other side, ain't it? It is. Mm-hmm. It's worth the drive down here if you somewhere else to go in and get your message, get your YouTube erasures on. Let me tell you, you need to start your YouTube channel. But anyway, I'm talking about, I'm really off. I'm rambling so much. All right, let me get to the topic. The white folk. The church is fighting back, and we're going to talk about the white folk. Bring the white folk over here. Now, I say the white folk, but actually, there is some of us sprinkle. The sprinkle here and there. Southern Baptist Convention, a total of 15 million members. I want you to let that soak in. Now here in the in the world ain't but like 7.7 billion people, ain't it? That's what it is. And here in America, we got 7% of the population of the world. So we are dealing with how many million? I don't even know, but you do the numbers. But anyway, we like 7 That's number 7 or 11, somewhere between 7 and 11% of the world's population. But anyway, 15 million, that's a whole leap. Because a lot of that is here in the U.S. So 15 million white folk, 15 million white little pieces of black folk all together. The church is fighting back. Let me tell you, there is a woman by the name of Ashley Easter. Look at her. She got one of them black girl. When white woman like a black man, we need to see what her husband the color is. Because this is one of them haircuts when a white woman like a black man. That is a wigger haircut. A wigger is we call each other niggas, So when you white, but then you got nigga tendencies, wigger. And that's what we used to call them in the country. I don't know if they still call that. White chocolate. What is it? I don't know what it is. But she got one of them haircuts. That's your classic, I like black peen haircut. Absolutely. Yep. She fine too. She fine. Anyway, this is the Southern Baptist Convention's worst nightmare because she is an extreme feminist. And what she has done, because of being around the Southern Baptist Convention, what she had done, she, along with the Houston Chronicle, launched an investigation of the rumors all these years of the Southern Baptist Convention covering up sexual assault and sexual abuse. Now, if you've been watching the LarryReid show, we have been covering a lot of topics, particularly in the black church. I'm a nigga. So we have been covering a whole lot of these topics, and a lot of times you find out that women, I said it's going to be like a Me Too movement, and this is the beginning of it right here. It sort of started a couple of years ago, but now it hit the peak here in the month of February, because now you got major networks who are zeroing in on this scandal. Well, recently, about 8 months ago, this man, we get back to her, this other man who's actually from my town where I moved to Atlanta from Durham, North Carolina. His name is J.D. Greear. I think that's his name. And he is the pastor of the church there called The Summit. Very nice church. You remember that? Why your mouth drop over? I ain't said he did nothing. Wait for the story. You about to think it's him. Well, he might done did something, but we don't know. We'll understand it better by and by. Might be him, but we don't know. But anyway, as of right now, this ain't about him. But he took over the Southern Baptist Convention. We got a picture of both of them side by side. Okay, the Southern. Yeah, bring that over. So go with the story. So 8 months ago, he done took over this. Now he takes it over. We should have had a picture with the Easter girl. Why is her last name Easter? Who did that? Not the Easter bunny eggs. The Easter. Anyway, so you got both of them and the Southern Baptist thing. You can make one right quick. I'm gonna ignore so I don't see the clicking over there because that messes my nerves. You know what we need to do? How we done in that TS place? We need this screen for you to see, and where when I'm doing the show, I only can see what you cast to the live. Then that way, when you're doing that clicking stuff, it don't mess with me like that. Okay. All right. Let me get back to this here. And y'all, I got gum in my mouth. They should tell me not to do this show with gum in my mouth because I smack so bad. So you let me know if it get irritating. Let me know, and Kendra see it in the comments, or you call in and tell me, and I take it up out my mouth. But I'm about to get into this here. Well, so he took over. You got to cut his pictures on. Crap it. So he took over about 8 months ago. You're talking about 15 million. But he also inherited all of these scandals. An investigation has been launched in the Southern Baptist Convention. 700 cases. I want y'all to soak in that. What's 700 divided by, let me do it right here. I can't do these numbers in my head. 700 divided by 20 years. That's 35 cases a year. 700 cases have been reported over the last 20 years. They only went back 20 years. 700 cases of pastors, deacons, and church officials. Are y'all listening to what I'm saying? Maybe can we hear? Somebody got to invent something so when I'm doing a live, I can hear what y'all saying. Because I need some feedback. Can you do some reaction over there? Look. Just over the last 20 years, 700 cases brought up. So you know when they smoke, they fire. So it probably been about 2, 3, 4, 5,000 cases over the last 20 years, or either a pastor, a deacon, or saints and friends. All of them in church, all have been molesting or raping. We're talking about cheering. I watched video today that ranks. What you call it that grip, heart wrenching. When I say wrench. That's right. Rank was heart wrenching. Little tiny girl. The man asked her, "Do you know the body parts that no adult is supposed to touch?" The child said, "Yes." Planet. I watched the tapes. Yes. And then it said, "Has anybody ever touched you in those places?" Yes. Who was it? My church man. This is a child talking about her pastor. I couldn't. I looked at the child. And he wrote it down. He said, how many times? I couldn't stand it. Because those of you know I was sexually assaulted and molested when I was a child. And he said, how many times has the church man done this to you? Every time I saw my church man. Then I saw the interview with the people, the perpetrators. Out of the 700 investigations launched, 220 of them confessed or are either in jail now. I want you to look at a picture of a collage of these people that have been convicted. Take that in. We can't even get all of them on one. Of the people who have been convicted or either turned themselves in, and to hear them talk about the lust and the attraction and the secrecy and the power that was so tempting. One thing one of my mentors told me, they said one of the most tempting, lust-filled, almost sexual, insatiable energies that you will ever feel is that energy that comes in you and rests upon you when you're in power over people. Now, I'm sure that certain brains, and I mean literally brains and persons, to my souls, the material that make it up, are more prone to the intoxication that power brings or influence. You know, you see that with the celebrities or popularity or money. I'm sure of that. But I'm so glad that was not an issue for me. Because I have seen some pastors and leaders get off on the fact that what they say is moving the entire crowd. That you can become intoxicated. And these people aren't calling you by Larry. You see people calling to LarryReidLive all the time talking about, hello, my name is Apostle Jackson. Nigga, I asked, what's your name? Where you calling from? You got 1 minute. And they're talking about, my name is Apostle Charles Jackson. I'm from Mississippi, Florida. How are you? That ain't your name, nigga. That's not your name. Your name is Charles. So a lot of people get caught up in that kind. Let me tell you what I saw. I was going to go see a friend. I ain't gonna call their name because I got friends that are literally. Hold on. Maybe I shouldn't say friend, but we develop a friendship that if I call their name, you would know exactly who he is. But he came to town, and so happened I was able to meet them. A lot of people ask me to do this all the time because Atlanta is a destination city, but I can't always do it. And sometimes there's no need for me to do it because I'm going to tell you this. I don't even waste my time on the phone with nobody I can't make no money with. If I'm talking to you and we just laughing, cutting up, I absolutely have a connection to you because I get on the phone, I think dollars and cents. If I give you my cell phone number, we texting back and forth. I gotta be getting something out of it. There's something and please understand what I'm saying. I love people and I like helping people. That's real. What you get out of me. But I am not wasting time. I'm not trading time for money. That's why people do the 9 to 5s. I give you my 9 to 5, you give me some money. No, you don't. You will never be rich like that. So I don't operate like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So anyway, Lord, I don't forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I never had that experience, but people have told me how intoxicating it can be over people having power or that kind of going. Let me get back to the story. I'm getting off anyway. All right, so this Ashley, the woman that got in trouble, this the man who got the whole. She got all the Southern Baptist Convention to shaking in the boots, and now this man that took over 8 months ago, J.D. Greear, he the pastor of the Summit Church over there in Durham, North Carolina. Okay, now I showed you the collage over 220 people, 700 cases that were all inspected. This woman and church people are at the helm of this investigation. And because of this new leader can no longer ignore. Say it again now. Oh, I'm sorry, I'll give a piece of paper. I'm chewing and talking. Okay, come do it like they do it. Ushers do at church. Ooh, I can't stand this. Hold on, I'm being in a congregation enjoying myself. Leaning, oh, leaning, safe and secure. Let's put him in the face like, oh, and I was young, so I would do like this. All along, oh, leaning, do it again. Leaning. And mama see it, and she said, you better spit it out. You better spit it out. And she be telling her, she better spit it out. Larry, you better spit it out. And I act like I don't see her. I look that way. Leaning. And a little Robinson Ruth. Put that thing in my mouth again. When I do like that. Exactly. So get on your finger. This way, come over here and mess with my gum. I was praising the Lord, clapping my hands side by side. And you want to take my gum? You want to take my gum? And you know, folk breath get stinking in church because our mouth be closed and the bacteria be growing in the dark. Let us have our gum and our peppermints so we don't be killing our neighbors and turn to your neighbor. Oh, Lord, your breath tore my stomach up. Now I got to go to the bathroom. You gave me the runs. Immediately, I got diarrhea. What is in your breath? A laxative? Okay, anyway. Now, what was I talking about? You were talking about his church. Okay. So, 700 cases, 220 people. So, the church is fighting back. I want you to type in there, the church is fighting back. I'm going to tell you why people don't like LarryReidLive. Because it cannot be controlled by the church. It will absolutely, positively never be controlled by the church. Heck, it ain't gonna never be controlled by Larry D. Reid. In my opinion, this is a God-breathed entertainment show that has been used to do several things in several different worlds, including the church. Say what you want to say. It's a bridge. Somebody inboxed me and told me, I like what you said about sexuality and spirituality being the very same energy. So I think we need to have this conversation in the church. I said, no, you don't. You don't have them conversations like that in the church. That's not what the sanctuary is for. But what? You go in there, you worship and do what the biblications tell you what the sanctuary is for. You go over there in the youth center or something, create something that's go to a hotel and have that conversation. That is not conversation for church. See, y'all trying to make church be all things to all people. The church ain't no movie theater. That's why a whole lot of these churches look like the club, because y'all trying to get people to come to the church, to come to the church, to come to the church. What did I say in the message? I said 2004. I said a time will come when we will know where the whole idea of herding people to the church hurting people. The church should be a releasing center where people come, they get the training, they find out who they are, their purpose in the world, take that gift and go outside the four walls of the church. So y'all still stuck on that hurting people thing. And this is why we got this mess right here going on, where in the church people get molested. You got these folk with all these passions, all of these desires, you bringing them to one spot all the time doing the same thing, and who they are does not fit in a whole lot of the stuff that y'all saying that they supposed to fit this cookie cutter type kind of going on. And you're bringing all these folks to the same place all the time. You know, anytime you put water in one spot and stay still, that stagnation, it get filled with filth. So a lot of these churches are cesspool of sexual, emotional energy, unresolved conflict, and we come in that to worship. Think about that. It's like going swimming in a mud spot. Who gonna go do that except pigs and slop and roll around? They like that kind of going on. No. That ain't what it's supposed to be. So, this girl over here, that look like her husband is black. Her and some folk, they fighting back. And so now, J.D. Greear, I think that's right, has got to do something. Well, he released a statement. Let me tell you the statement. I didn't put it up, but let me tell you the statement that he made. The statement that he made was this. Listen to the statement. To the abused, put his pictures up there because I'm talking for him. Put it up there real big. We got a big picture of him. Okay, make a big picture of him. I'm going to talk like him. What's wrong with me, Marco? What you mean? Okay, I'm about to be what's his name? J.D. Greear. To the abused, we say. Wait a minute. I took it myself. Ow! Wait a minute. I'm trying to go white. Why you bring the camera back? No, I'm about to be him. J.D. Greear, Hong Kong. To the abused, we say, we the church have failed, but we do not want you to forego counsel or care. Amen. That's what I said. I said, that's it. Bob, you don't look. You need to quit chewing tobacco and come up out that field and get there to that church house and give a real statement. These folks have been screwed up. We're talking about little cheering. It's time to get, what you mean, look. Yeah, they need some counsel, but they also need for you to go through all of that leadership. And this is what I think. I really think that the church at large, this is what Larry thinks. When you start noticing these kind of issues coming up, like some of the stuff we have seen with these leaders, they're in a position and it seems like they intoxicated with power and they got all the other kind of stuff going on and they start messing over the sheep. Remember like when T.D. Jakes laid hands on Baby Jakes and talking about God is using the church to grow you up in the stage, and I said that was absolute foolishness. And you know I love Baby Jakes, but I think that was stupid. Because literally what it sounds like you saying, and I don't think Jakes meant to say this, but you gotta pay attention to what you be saying in the pulpit because you powerful. It sounds like you saying that God all right with you practicing over people lying. No. You can't be doing that. So I think what the church need to do, they need to get some kind of policy or some kind of checks and balances, something in place to where you get these people, the crisis management people, bring them on in there. And then they also need to get some of the people that are trained in how to deal with some of these stuff, some therapists, because this is not working. This whole God anointed me and gifted me to be a Sunday school teacher, to be a deacon, and to be the leader of the church, and I just got a gift to preach, and you don't have no kind of credentials, no kind of education. When I was pastoring, if you were in an elder, which means it's a pastoral position in the church, you had to go and get a certificate on counseling. You had to take up the course. And you didn't take it up at the nearest seminary. No, you went to a show enough school, get some secular training and how to counsel folk. We're not dependent on your gift. And not only that, I will also suggest your hips go get counseling too. Somebody asked me, one of the people I coach, they said, I said, oh, my mentor, my coach was telling me da. They said, oh, so you get counseling? I said, how in the whole hell and the heaven I'm going to counsel you and I don't get no counseling? I said, that don't make no sense. I got to get it too. I need it more because I'm putting out and helping you. I don't know why folk think you're supposed to be perfect and got everything right before. You know why I'm so smart? Because I've been so dumb. You know why I make better decisions now? Because I made bad ones. If you want to become the best you can be in whatever you are called to do, you need to find somebody not only that is doing what you want to do, but you got to also find the person that has failed at what you're trying to do, because both of them are going to be such wisdom and clarity and direction for your future. So yeah, I got somebody that's in my life that's where I would like to be, a few somebodies actually. But at the same time, I have somebody, in fact, one of my mentors has failed a lot, and I've learned just as much from them. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So the church is fighting back. Okay, so this is what's going to be happening. That they actually are going to do this investigation. Is all just Google Southern Baptist Convention and also this white girl's name. What's the name? Ashley Easter. And you're gonna see that. Watch the videos. It's gonna be heart wrenching of the children that were interviewed and the predators. And then you know what? So every predator at some point in their life has been a victim. But what has happened is that when a victim doesn't get therapeutic processes put in place in their life, are for a mess. I mean, because you were victimized, you easily going to turn, and it's easier for you to turn into the person that victimized you. My mama was so mean, and you mean as the devil too. That easily can happen. All right, I'm going to tell you this last situation where the church is fighting back. Listen, this church, the Victor's church, something done happened. I'm going to tell you what they are doing as soon as I get back from this commercial. Share right now. Share right now as this commercial is on, and I'm going to tell you what is going on with La Victor.
My father went to West Virginia to do a job. My mother liked the mountains and decided to stay. And that one decision changed the trajectory of my life. There was a prophet who didn't even know me at that time, named Prophet Bernard Jordan, who was prophesying to 50 states. And he prophesied to West Virginia and said, "Oh, West Virginia, hear ye the word of the Lord. Out of the mountains shall come a prophet unto the nations."
Are you in need of direction for a decision you have to make? Maybe you're curious about the future. If that's you, the founders of Zoe Ministries and the Company of Prophets are offering you free prophecy. Call 888-831-0434. Don't wait. Call 888-831-0434. Do it today.
Okay. Let me look. All right, let me tell y'all what's going on. Bring them on over here. So what now? You put the LarryReidLive thing at the bottom? You know, cause folk like to steal my shoes and stuff, so I need to put my mess up on there. Okay, let me tell y'all what's going on. Well, go ahead and type, "The church is fighting back." And I'll open up the lines after this. Yeah, when they say when your nose is itching, you're going to get some company. Your nose itching. Hold on, no. Your nose itching, somebody is talking about you. That's what it is. Somebody talking about you. Yeah, when your nose itching. So old folks say somebody got their name on your lips. Okay, now, listen. I can't give you a recap of this entire story because I done did so many conversations about the Victor. The Victor has not been locked up yet, but I got my ear to the ground. I do know that the paperwork that is public now actually just doesn't just have his address on it now, but it now actually has his name. So we're still waiting for that to transpire. But this is what I found out. Now, you remember those videos? I should have put that in here. When he was really saying to the people of his church, you know, if you want to see the books, you know, you know, you need to really start coming to church and really start giving. And then right after that, the folk were like, we're not paying you no attention, nigga, because all this stuff done came out. We don't know what in the whole hell and the heaven you are doing. So they stopped giving and some folk left. So next thing what happened is, prior to that, the daycare had already shut down in November. But after that, then all of these positions in the church, these people started getting fired because just the church no longer had the income in order to take care of these people that had been there for a long, long time. Well, the church is getting more and more curious. Do y'all know what this church has done? I know you don't know, but I'm about to tell you. This church has went and acquired a lawyer. The church. And, listen to this. And the church has now in addition to him acquiring a lawyer, they acquired the lawyer, and then they asked that the lawyer would petition the victor. And they want the victor to answer their questions. Now, I got eyes everywhere. So I couldn't get all of the paperwork because my informants had to take pictures of the paperwork while moving ever so swiftly, not to be caught by anybody that was looking at who was looking at the paperwork. So as they moved quickly in the spirit of investigation, they snapped pictures. So I only got a few of the questions that are on the affidavit that they have given to their lawyer. The church done lawyered up against the victim and given him a measure of days to answer back or else. Let me read it. All right. First, it's from the concerned members of that church. I ain't gonna mention the church name. Dated February the 7th. It's a memorandum. We, as the concerned members of this particular here church, have an interest in the overall operation and of this church to be aligned with the word of God and also with federal and state laws and the Constitution and the bylaws of our particular church. In this regard, we request answers to the questions listed below so that we will have basic information. The only thing they've had so far is LarryReidLive. Basic information regarding fundamental church operations. A number of these questions will have a reference to the Internal Revenue Code and or the Ohio Revised. See, half of this is cut off because they're removing in the spirit of investigation mixed with a little sneakiness to get me these pictures. And the IBC, that ain't the name. Bylaws for reference purposes. And that the questions we are asking are simply questions for information that should be publicly available. But I thought you said the victor in that thing. If you want to know, the books are open. Some of these preachers be lying. They ain't all preachers, they ain't all churches, but this here is the 4x4 asking. We're asking the simple questions of information because we need the darn information because you ain't told us. That ain't in this. I added that. It is our intent to share these questions and these answers with all members. So all members are gonna get on. A few members got this right now, but anyway. And some of this is cut off, but they want to know simple questions like, does this here church have trustees? If not, why? If so, if they do have them, we ain't seen them. Where have they been over the last 10 years? And who selected them and what was their terms of office? And then they put the code in the bylaws because they want to know. See, this right here is going to teach some of you guys is in some particular situations. Y'all members need to get together and do this. If you are members and the head over your church is a predator, a dummy, or caught up in scandal and you can't be trusted. This is what you need to do right here. Then it said, number 2, do the trustees even meet? If so, how often? And where are the minutes from those meetings? And this is getting serious. These folks, when I say the church is fighting back, church is fighting back, what in the world y'all gonna do? Cause the church is fighting back. Church is fighting back. Church is fighting back. What y'all raggedy preachers gonna do? Cause the church is fighting back. Hallelujah. No, I don't have no Android phone. I got an iPhone. This is a Mophie case. So that I can charge, it charges my thing. I don't have no, and if I did have an Android phone, but I'm an iPhone ever since Jesus was a baby. All right. Who are the trustees who are signed for the last 3 mortgages? Wait a minute. How many mortgages has been on this place? The last 3 mortgages that's been. Next question, number 4. Are any of the trustees gaining private benefit, salary, da-da-da? Y'all, this church is fighting back. Are there any loans or mortgages taken out solely in the name of the victor? They give his whole name in here. Why was it? What are the circumstances? Where are the said mortgage? See, this how you handle stuff when you got mess going on. So then all the questions all the way down to there. I ain't got the rest of them in there, but I got the last 3 because there's a gap because they were moving in the spirit of investigation with a little piece of sneakiness, just a little piece, sprinkled ever so lightly. Are all books and records available to all members, trustees, and board officers? And then they got the code and the bylaws sitting beside it. I don't know who this is calling in here. I'm about to put a number up so y'all can call in. But if you want to call in, I guess you move to LarryReid, put the number down there. I'm about through in the way they can start calling in. Number 18. Does this said church save financial records for at least 7 years? IRS auditing standards. Number 20. How much is the mortgage monthly payment amount? And is it the church's mortgage payment? Oh no. And is the mortgage current? Please respond to the memorandum via email to this particular lawyer. No, to this particular member, or in writing to this particular lawyer by February the 20th. You got 20, how many days is that? You got 8 days. The answers will be consolidated by concerned members for distribution to the membership of the church. The original responses will also be made available to the membership. This is how you fight back. You got questions, you can go to your leader and ask them questions. You can be respectful as well. I ain't telling you to disrespect nobody. I'm not supporting you disrespecting anybody. But I am supporting you in asking the proper darn questions when stuff don't line up proper. I remember when that stuff was going over there with Willie Church. At the what's the name of the place? At the Dreamsicle. When Dreamsicle, just tell them in what's the name? At the Dreamsicle. Yeah, that's so nice, it's so good. Over there at Willie Church at the Dreamsicle. Well, one of the armor bearers came to me, which he later fired. Poor thing, I'm so sorry. I did not try to get you fired. I shouldn't have never told nobody that I was having relations with you. And when I say relations, a relationship, not that kind of stuff, that was not going on. But what they got rid of him because they felt like he was violating, the whole covenant with Willie. But he won't. And when it came to me, I be trying to tell these pastors, I said this in this meeting today, I ain't mad at nobody. I'm going to say what I got to say about whatever you got going on. But I told him, I said, no, if Willie has been a blessing to you and helped your life, be there for Willie. Just ask questions. Ask him what the truth is. So I support this completely. Hold on, somebody's sending me the document. Let me make sure. Look like somebody's sending me the document, the full document. Is that what somebody's doing? No, that's not. That's a birthday wishes. All right, 646-787-8174. I want to know what you think. Church is fighting back. Church is fighting back. What in the world you gonna do? Church is fighting back. Church is fighting back. Church is fighting back. What y'all raggedy preachers gonna do? Cause the church is fighting back. Whoa! Church is fighting. We got drum. Oh, the church is. Give me that box. I ain't played tambourine in a long time. No, tambourine is really for the. It's for the other brothers and sisters in the church. Church is fighting. What the devil? What am I turning up? Church is fighting back. Church is fighting back. Whoa! What in the world you raggedy preachers gonna do? Cause the church is fighting back. Hey! Church is fighting back. Church is fighting back. What you perverted, nasty, raggedy preachers gonna do? Cause the church is fighting back. Dun dun dun. You know it's coming. Here we go. Man, lots of vibrato. All right, 646-787-8174. Let's go. Caller ending in 0222. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Brother Larry, how are you?
Good God, you've been preaching. I'm doing all right.
Wonderful, man. Listen, I just called to sing you happy birthday, man. That's really what all I called to do.
Well, thank you so darn much. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Pastor Avery Evans. I'm from the city of Jacksonville, Florida.
Well, what's up, Jack? You know, one of my almost friends, opposite Prophet Brian Carm. You know, we gotta stop calling him opposite Prophet because he keep getting certain ones right. So he's gonna soon graduate that. One of my almost friends, opposite Prophet, he down there in Jacksonville, Florida. But you say now hold on for a minute now. What's your name again?
Pastor Avery Evans.
That ain't your name. Your name is Avery.
Well, yeah, you're right.
This ain't church.
That's right. You're right. Because you know we get hung up on them callers, but that don't mean we have no type of anointing because we got titles.
I know that's right, but you know, thank you so much for wishing me happy birthday. I that's really special. Thank you so very much.
I want to sing it. I don't want to just tell you happy birthday.
Oh, come on now. Come on.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Wait a minute.
Happy birthday, dear Larry. Happy birthday to you.
Wait a minute. You better sing Luther Vandross. Look. Now, you were singing a little high now. The man sing me happy birthday, sing that high, I start feeling a little funny. But you can sing.
Yeah.
But you can sing the Socks and chocolate. Socks and chocolate. You can sing, Avery. Thank you so much for that. Man, you can really sing. Are you a recording artist or anything?
Actually, I sang Pastor Shirley Caesar's group. I've been with her for 8 years.
Whoa. And I can hear that too. You got that old school thing in there. Wow. So you sang beside Gene Conyers. You know who Gene Conyers is?
Yes. Well, he used to sing. I took his place.
Now, hold on. Hold the line. Stay right there. Turn your phone up, please. Wait a minute. When did he stop singing background vocals for Shirley Caesar?
Oh, wow. I've been singing with Pastor Caesar since 2010. and he has not. That was his last time.
What
And,
is he? Is he still
that's
pastoring
it.
Bible Way in Fayetteville?
Yes, he is.
That's a singing man.
Yes, he is. He's still pastoring.
That
And to
nigga.
my understanding, I think they say he's doing a phenomenal job. But the Lord opened the door for me to sing with her, and hey, I'm grateful to God because it opened other doors for me. You know.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
God. So if you
But I
talk to
appreciate the Lord for
Gene,
you.
huh?
I appreciate the Lord for you. I thank God for your truth and everything that you're doing, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. Forget the naysayers and the gaysayers, man. You keep on doing what the Lord called you to do because you bring a lot of healing
Yeah.
to people, and you brought healing to me, man. I'm
Whoa.
telling you, in
Whoa.
so many ways.
Whoa. Okay. Well, man, thank you so much for that. The main purpose of the show is entertainment and make you laugh. Laughter is like medicine, but I've learned to use the show to do some other things that are very positive and have conversations that have not been had. And I'm so glad you're able to see that and see that my intent is not malicious, but it's to bring some joy. Thanks so much for calling in.
And you know you're crazy, right? Okay.
You know
you're comical, right?
The whole family is
you, man.
the whole family is like that. It's just I wish I could get my mama on the show, along with my cousin Aunt Boo. I mean, just really do a show for you guys. You guys will be cracking up for real.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, love you, man. Have a good evening.
I love it too. Yeah, next caller. Hold on, what done happened with Vicky, Yoey? No, what done happen? Lord Jesus. Okay, I'm sorry. Call it in 3041. What's your name? Where you calling from? Caller 3041.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's going on?
Okay. This is Corey, the one you pray for. I have to say this because I want you to remember me.
Okay.
This is crazy. I got one question for you, then I'm gonna say what I need to say.
Okay.
You had a church in Jersey, correct?
Yeah, I did. Millville. I was covering, yeah.
Millville, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So basically, let me just say this real quick. So in New Jersey right now, what's going on? We got pastors, local little churches who touching little boys. A pastor's in jail right now for supposedly molesting his cousin. I mean, his nephew, rather. Here it is. He got licensed. He was a sex offender from 2000, right? Here it is. He was a sex offender. They ordained him as a bishop in 2016. Here it is. Right now as we speak, January 11th, he just got locked up for the same things of what he did in 2000. Now he got locked up for the same thing. So here it is that this stuff is not just going on in the big church, but we need to question what's really up. Are we licensing sex offenders now that it's okay? And I just did a whole live like a couple of weeks. I did this for like 3 weeks straight. People coming at me. I call people's names out who are living homosexual lifestyles, who's not living right but want to preach the gospel. These people are not victims because for the heck of it. Somebody touched them. It goes both ways. But these pastors who got these titles, apostles and bishops and all this other stuff, y'all want to be around here touching little boys, I don't understand it. Something needs to happen. I'm a father of two. I don't play that. I ain't scared of nobody. Threatened to kill me. They wrote some fake letter. It was crazy. This stuff has to stop. This is ridiculous. And it's public record. I should say his name openly, but I ain't going to go there. I should say this stuff to you.
Hold on. Clearly, after I prayed for you, you done picked up a piece of my mantle. So what? Some of what's on me sound like it done jumped on you and grabbed you by the throat. But check this out.
Bless Jesus.
If it's in publications,
yes,
you can say it. Now, what's their name?
His name is Bishop Tony Scott from Newark, New Jersey.
Wait a minute. That name ring a bell. Tony Scott.
And my friend, she called me Larry Reid Jr. She calls me that from you because we watch you faithfully. And she told me to send this stuff to you. And I said, I don't know if he'll do this. I said, I'm going to wait because I told her I know that something going to come up the pipe where we can be able to talk about this, and I'm going to bring it. And sure enough, tonight, and I just said the same thing you said on my live. I'm sick of people calling here talking about, I'm bishop, I'm apostle. Say your name. Your name is your name. You're right giving. I'm so sick of that. You know, are you living up to the title? I mean, come on. Come on.
Oh, my God.
I don't care. They could call me messy. I don't care.
Yeah, they call me that, too. I
my
don't
thing
mind
is,
it. I don't mind
At
that.
the end of the day, like I said, we wouldn't be talking about this if people would learn to live right. We're accountable for ourselves. The devil ain't make you do nothing. The devil don't. You got to learn to accept the truth, live in your truth. If you gay, it's okay. That's your business. Do what you want. But be honest. Stop marrying women and knowing that you live in double lives. This is sickening. Oh, my God. I'm telling you. Bruh.
Yeah, but see, this is what, you know, I think if the church would change some of its processes, then we would not find predators, criminals masquerading as leaders and gifted people or people that really care about people or things of that nature. We wouldn't find that.
But what about doing research on these people before you license
That's what I'm
them?
that's what I'm talking about. The
Isn't it
process. They only do that with bishops. They only do it when they're ordaining bishops. That's the only time they take the time to research in the community, how they stand with the government, if they got license, and how many times it's been suspended, and their credit report. That's the only time they do that kind of going on. But they really should do it anytime anybody is in leadership at all.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, let me go to the next call. To the next caller.
All right, then.
Thank you so much for calling in, man.
You're welcome.
All right, next caller. Caller ending in 9888. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Larry, it's Marty from Los Angeles.
Hey, that Marty Ford.
Yes, you know it.
Yeah, how you doing?
Fine, and you. Happy birthday, man. You looking like 28 again.
Thank you so much. It's probably because this is my third week of being off red meat Monday through Friday. Now, Saturday and Sunday, I celebrate bread. You know, but I think something is happening. It's something that's happening.
Something is happening.
Yeah.
Oh, they better watch out. Somebody might end up pregnant or something. Watch out.
No, I don't. Hold on for a minute. I don't be stretching my peen out over every Red Sea. I don't be doing that.
I'm in tears. Stretching your peen. All right. So Larry, even though I call, because I love this type of stuff. So I just want everybody to be encouraged. You do have rights as people who are members and parishioners of churches to ask for copies of the books. It is illegal for a member of a church to go to the administration and ask for copies of the records of the books, and they deny you. That's illegal. It can be a lawsuit. So you do have rights. People need to understand nonprofit law and policy. You need even pastors. You need to have people on your board that are legal counsel for you, and that are people who are versed in policy for nonprofits, because there are rights and rules and regulations that people have to understand. And just because you're a paying member does not mean that they can usurp their authority over you. No, there are laws. In this church, because they have rights to request and call a quorum or anything on that pastor regarding anything financial. And I've seen it so much in the church that pastors, leaders, apostles, superintendents, and all these people are illegally in buildings, coded building, all kind of violations. And you want me to, do my duty, and I can't do it because it's unethical. So people, know your rights. You do have rights. Everything that these churches are doing and asking them regarding finances and books, and this is a part of what your rights are. If you feel funny, there's probably so many people on your live right now that don't even get a tax receipt of their giving contributions every year. That's an issue if you're not getting that. So I just want people to be learned, and that's not that's ignorant to the law.
Okay, your minute is up, but I got a question for you, Ben. That you are a lawyer. As relates to a nonprofit organization or a church, what is probably the worst case that you have ever been involved in?
Ooh. Well, I'll say this. I'm not a lawyer. I study law. I do have a lawyer. One of them is Blake Lemon of Lemon Law Group of Beverly Hills.
Okay.
However, because I do understand the law, I have worked in it. One of the worst scenarios, I'll say this because this particular one wasn't my client. One of the worst scenarios was, of course, money laundering in a church. but the extra mortgages that were taken, and then some of the money taken from extra mortgages out was used to funnel fraudulent real estate and cocaine.
Whoa. A church, fraudulent real estate, and cocaine. Whoa.
Yeah, so I literally don't get shocked. I mean, I've had to do some Olivia Pope for pulling video so it doesn't reach the world. I've done a lot of stuff like that, politicians as well. So it's not new to me. But that one was pretty deep because of how many people it affected and how many people that were his own parishioners and other people that were fraudulently affected by the housing crisis and illegally got foreclosed on from their own bishop, and even churches that lost their buildings and stuff because of one guy in particular. So, yeah, I've seen it. And then he was using some of that money to funnel his own part of the drug cartel. So, yeah.
What's probably gonna end up happening, which was said a long time ago, I heard this, is that if you're a church and a nonprofit, you're gonna have to become 501c3 compliant. I think that will get rid of a whole lot of this craziness. And it won't solve it all, because there's still some things you can dance around with the 501c3 compliance, that federal regulation. But I think that will help.
Yeah, because most people don't realize a part of the 501c3, when you actually get your exemption letter, whole other topic, Larry, but churches should not even have a 501c3 charter on there. They should have a 508c1a. That's the whole, people need to do the research. But if you read the rules and regulations of what the government says when you get your exemption letter, one of them, is you can't talk about political parties and voting. Another one is all your leadership is supposed to have a degree. There's a lot of different things that you cannot do that people do and they don't read. And I send it out to people, say, hey, you're in clear violation. You have to report this and speak on this. And I've seen money laundering and stuff like that because ministries were closed and, running like a shell corporation that's been sitting up, and you know what I'm saying? They do that because of ignorance, because they say, well, chipping, what is it? I forgot, but chipping whatever that they say. Is it Chipwood? You talking about the training manual?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's so false. If you read IRS publication, I think 1828, it says churches and ministries are quote unquote deemed exempt. You don't have to get an exemption letter. You don't have to get a 501c3, but we're ignorant because we don't read and research. And so we have a generation of people who are doing fraudulent stuff and getting away with it because of ignorance, and people aren't, you don't have people on staff who know this game. And at the end of the day, it's a ministry, but there is a business accountability part of it that people lack.
Now, it's been a while since I've set up churches, but I do know the difference between those what did I just say? 501c3.
There's a 501c3 and then a 508c1a.
Yeah, and it's for the church. Nancy said, "What's that?" the 508. Huh? Say it again.
Because it's a trust. The best one to get is a 508c1a. It's an actual trust, and you can list the church's property that, if it's owned in the trust, that the government cannot do sanctions on you because it's protected by the trust. And that's the difference. Now, if you still want to do an outreach, quote unquote, that's even if your church has an outreach or young people and all that stuff. What you do is you get a separate entity created separate from the church name, and then you put that outreach or daycare center or you put all that in that 501c3. But the church is not supposed to have that under you. Why? Because it's like welfare for the ministry. The government can do and say what they want to do when your church is under a 501c3.
That's exactly right. But the way they do it is because a lot of the banks, the churches can't get into relationships with these banks and stuff without a 501c3 because they're going to want that safety net. So what a lot of churches do, and it's a fad actually, they have a church, but then beside it they'll build another sanctuary that has a gym in it, that probably has a daycare in it, something for the community, a community-like center, and they'll do a 501c3, get these loans, millions of dollars to build that, when they really are building that to have a bigger sanctuary and just doing the daycare and all this community after school programs, so they can get whole approved for these loans or and sometimes even grants and money to run schools and aftercare stuff. So there's
how,
say again.
That's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to use the wealth of the wicked to be laid up for the righteous. You're supposed to use these tools in business and then write an MOU contract or release with the church and say, the church uses our nonprofit entity for holding their services. That's basic business number one.
Yeah.
And that's a good way.
Okay.
But
we don't took the topic to something certainly totally different. But thank you so much for calling in, Marty.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right. I know who this is that we have on the line. Bring her picture over right here. Yeah, but bring a picture over first because I want to talk about this because I just saw this on the line. We have Vicky Yowie that is on the line. Go ahead and let her in. Hello, Vicky. How are you doing on tonight?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, this is why I asked you to call in. I text you to call in because what is happening here. We actually just covered I don't know if you heard what has happened in the Southern Baptist Convention, that they have really joined together a lady named Ashley Easter, who I think likes Blackpink like you do.
Okay. Stop.
I know you're gonna say that, but she actually have gotten this church up under investigation. 700 cases of sexual assault and abuse, 220 convictions, all of pastors, deacons, or church leaders only. And so her along with the Houston Chronicle. So the movement that you sort of started, as it relates to Black Bentahin. We ain't gonna call his name. I want nobody trying to shut down my Facebook page like they done shut yours down. Tell me what happened with that.
Oh well, I just got an email that just said that I violated, their codes and they disabled both of my Facebook pages. I had 1.4 million on one. The other one, was maxed out at 5,000. I had a lot of people following me. But you know what? I started another page, and we're working it. We're going to try and
what's that
find
page,
out how
Vicky? Because I want to help you get your numbers back. Can you put it in the Facebook post up under the video? Put it in there so people can start following you over there.
I will do that.
Yeah, because this is what go ahead.
But I got a lot of information out. Larry, I know I should really be upset, but since December 22nd to today, I got so much information out. So many women have been set free. I got, and I'm not freaking out about it. I mean, we're going to work on trying to get it back, but I just, I feel good. And I'm so glad this lady in Houston is, we got to have people that stand up for righteousness, stand up for what's right. This wickedness has got to stop. I mean, if they want to live that way, don't do it in the church. Don't do it at all, but just in the church, saying they're apostles and preachers and prophets and whatever some of them got 4 or 5 titles in front of their name. I can't figure all that out, but and living this way and doing this, it's so wicked.
Yeah, and like I told you on the phone the other week, I said, Vicky, I did not know that. I knew that pastors weren't perfect. Hell, I'm not perfect, and I've done it for 20 years. So a mistake, a mess up, a bad judgment, whatever the situation may be, I get. But what you have seen, what you've been doing, and a lot of 41 or 51, I forgot how many it got up to. 43, all these people have seen. I did not know this kind of stuff was going on. I had no clue. So one of the things that I want to say to you is this. What you're doing, I don't care what nobody in the comments saying. I believe in what you are doing. And this is what I want to offer to you. One of the things that I do, of course, is an entertainment show when it's funny. And I change people's names and however, but a lot of that is legal. A lot of times when I tell people, don't leave the church and don't, if the church is helping you, don't leave. all of that, there's strategy behind that. And I'm letting people know now. I don't care if they know. I mean, because they are the ones that support and make this show grow. So, and I believe they like my transparency. And the reason why I do that is because legal ramifications, Facebook violations.
What's your Cash App? I need to bless you. What is your Cash App? I need to bless you.
My birthday is tomorrow, so make sure you add that.
Okay,
That's the dollar sign. It's the $sign Larry Reid. So whenever you're fighting a strategic war, you have to slap your enemy with the hand of another. And the way that you do that is you find a crafty way to continue the message, but you hit your target with somebody else's hand. So that's why you can use another name, create with another creative name, and post in a way to where you are exposing or addressing an issue without seeming like you own this attack mode against one person, because Facebook and YouTube will get on their side and take you out. So that's my tactic when I want to talk about a particular topic, when I want to address, when it comes to the church, expose a sickness or a dysfunction. I use comedy, I use entertainment, I use wisdom to do it in a way to, what are you doing? Oh, I do it in a way. I'm sorry, Vic, I stole the first of the Nancy. Do it in a way to where you slap the face of your enemy with the hand of another, and sometimes it can be with the hand of their enemy. So that's the rules of engagement when a prophet has to address a system, because the system is always going to be larger and bigger than you. There were people that knew my preaching ministry, prophetic ministry for years, but wouldn't let me in their church, but will call me on the phone, use my messages and preach, and not even halfway pay me on the back end using what God had gave me.
Oh, man.
But now that I've entered to entertainment, I have every major preacher you can imagine literally meeting me sitting across the table when they would have never met with me and sat across the table, but they have to because of my platform. You're going to do the same thing.
Right.
So use what God has given you in this opportunity. You'll get that 1.4 million back and more than that. And just use this wisdom that I've given you and continue to do what you're doing.
Yes, that was really good.
Yep. I love you, Vicky. I love you, Vicky. Thank you for calling in. And
Larry, love you too.
Put your link in there so people can follow you on your new page up on the thing.
I'll do it.
All right.
Thanks so much.
All right, no problem.
Bye, love you.
All right, love you too. Kendall just hung up on whoever that was next in line. What show says you're next in line for your miracle? He done told you breakthrough all the way up. I'm done. So I can't go long tonight because I went long 3 hours the other night and then the other day. Thank you guys so much for sending the Cash Apps and the PayPals to support this network. I know you sending this for my birthday, but I'm going to use it to upgrade my equipment. There's some stuff I want to tell y'all, but it's personal stuff. So I'm going to do it on my page, Larry D. Reid with the blue check. That's what I'm going to do. Some personal stuff, exciting things that are happening because I got a miracle the other day. And it's very exciting to me. I'm sitting here in this chair filled up with excitement because what is going to happen at the beginning of next week. There's some other things that happen as relates to the show and network, but this is very personal. I'm going to tell my day ones on my page with the blue check. That's Larry D. Reid with the blue check. If you follow me over there, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right. See you guys later. Peace.